going on, everyone? It's your favorite blue guy here. A few days ago, I posted a thread on the Hypixel forums asking you guys to submit to me the questions you think I should answer. I got the idea to do this based on a previous video of mine, my assumptions video, where I essentially did the same thing, but instead of questions, I answered assumptions. I will now begin answering the questions you sent to me to the best of my ability. Let's get started. How do you subscribe to Sykese? Good question. See that blue rectangle down there? It's a little bit tiny, but it's there. That is a unique Blue Freak subscription button. If you click that and turn notifications on, you'll get automatic notifications for when I post. Here's your pre-video homework, folks. Stare at this bar graph for 10 seconds. Awesome, fantastic. Now let's get that percentage down to like 20. I really think we can do it. What motivated you to grind forums? I got a few questions similar to this one, so I thought I'd just bunch them all up into one single answer. Sorry if this means your question doesn't get shown, but again, there were a lot of this question. The community behind the forums can be a little over the top sometimes, but throughout the years, I've kind of learned how to put that behind me. Once you do that, it's easy to see just how many different personalities exist on the forums. There are so many interesting guys on the forums that come and go. Some of them you may never see again, and some that may soar their way to success. It's always neat to talk to these guys and see how they're like on the forums, and then look back on them a few months from now, a year from now. Getting to know other formers is easily the most interesting part of the forums to me, and it's a pretty big reason why I've stayed around for as long as I have. Do you think YouTube rank is unfair or should be altered at all? Alright, look. I think the rank itself is perfectly fine. They should have a standout name color, they should have the perms that they do. My main issue with the YouTube rank usually isn't actually anything to do with the rank as a whole, it's with the lack of accountability for those who abuse it. Sure, they're to blame for doing it in the first place, but more often than not, all they get is a slap on the wrist, when they're supposed to be the ones getting the harsher punishments than usual. As much as I hate to say it, I think Jamie needs to go, cause he's clearly not able to make those moves against these abusive YouTubers to set good examples for others. I think if Jamie gets moved to another section of the admin team and is replaced by someone else who acts rightfully when it comes to the YouTube stuff, I think there'd be absolutely nothing wrong with the rank. He also asked what my opinion on the current state of the forums community is. I made a video about this over a year ago called What Happened to the Hypixel forums, and I really want to make a retrospective on that video. Out of all the research videos I've made so far, it's easily the one I'm least proud of, but somehow it has the most views out of them all. In short terms, I think the forums are in the best position they've been in for a super long time. If you guys care enough and want to hear me go deeper into that, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to make a retrospective if you guys would like one. What are your future Hypixel minigames? And if you could, what would you ask a Sykese from the future? Only one question, and why? The 4 game modes I like spending the most amount of time in are Rush Skywars, Skyblock, Lucky Block Skywars, and TKR. And if I had to ask one question, it would probably be if I still like blue as much as I do now. How old were you when you got glasses? I know I was on the younger side, but I can't think of the exact number. My guess would probably be anywhere from 9 to 11. What motivated you to get the blue plus and grind the games you do? What motivated me to get the blue plus? Come on now. About grinding the games, if I have fun playing them, I'm gonna keep playing them. I think that's how that works. So that's my motivation for grinding the certain game modes that I like. Why/how do you have so many messages? Jesus Christ. It's been over a cumulative period of nearing 8 years now, so honestly, it's not as monstrous or intimidating as it may appear. At least I think. You really hate my main, don't you? Well, sir, I don't know what your main is, but now I have to assume you're ban evading, so sorry, bro. What is your opinion on the current staff/forums team? Well, I know for certain you're ban evading, but I'll still answer your question. I'm a big fan of the move to focus more on moderators than helpers. I think some of the last few helper waves before the change were definitely on the weaker side of things, and I was worried that the team was starting to shift to quantity over quality. More and more helpers pasts were coming back to bite them, and it was making the community feel uneasy and untrustworthy against them. I think a relook at how helper apps work and who gets accepted will do a whole lot of good in the future, especially with people like Teddy handling it and not the previous guys. I mean, honestly, I'd be happier with Aikensoft leading the app team than the previous administration, and I hate that guy. We all know you really like the color blue, but what's your favorite shade of blue? Why, the one right behind me, of course. What's your favorite Pokemon? You'll probably be a little upset, but I don't have one. In fact, I never got into Pokemon at all. The closest I got was when that movie came out in theaters and I sold tickets to it. I watched it once, then never thought about it again until right now. So yeah, how many reactions do you think you would have if you didn't get reactions spammed in previous years? I honestly have no clue. I do wish they would have taken those ratings away instead of just keeping them there. I know it's too late now, but at least something was finally done about it for the foreseeable future. Also, favorite TV show? Game shows, any kind, no matter what they are, those are my favorite. I also like me some good old Impractical Jokers from time time to time, and by that I mean all the time. Do you like butter on toast? I like butter on most things, except popcorn surprisingly. Can't stand it on popcorn. What made you come up with your name? Time for a history lesson, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ethan. My last name is Sykes. Take Sykes, make it lowercase, move it to the front, and then get rid of all of my first name except the first letter. And there you go. Is it true that forum legends have no message cooldown / reaction cap? You can't get me to talk. What is your biggest regret on the forums? Ooh, here's a good story. Many years ago, there was a former moderator on the server named Naughty Alex. Shortly after his demotion, me and him got into some sort of argument on his profile about something stupid. He ended up swearing at me in that argument, and I decided to make a forum report on him swearing at me. Back then, forum reports were public, so everyone there saw this, including him. The thread went out of control, but he eventually got his just desserts. If I got another chance at that, I would definitely have done it differently, so yeah, I think that's my biggest regret on the forums. Do you add the milk or the cereal first? I don't add milk to my cereal. What made you decide to give away so many ranks on Hypixel? Well, the community had done so much for me, so I thought it would only be right that I try to pay that back as much as I possibly can. What is your second favorite color? Probably this darker shade of blue. Do you play any Nintendo games? I mean, I own a Switch and a DS. I don't think I've touched my DS in months, and the Switch is mostly for when my cousins come to visit, so throw that one in the sometimes category. What do you think about the new Atlas system? It's awesome. I've done 2 full streams dedicated to it by this point, and I've had a great time every single time. Good addition, Hypixel. When did you start liking the color blue? Probably when I first had my skin made for me. What do you think would be a very good change to the forums, and why? Well, right now, all the changes I would make to the forums have either already been implemented or on the verge of being implemented. The big thing right now that I really want is unlinked accounts needing to link their accounts to post, and that's already been confirmed to happen. Maybe I'd revert the rating looks back to what they were, but I think that's a really tiny thing. How do you put up with large amounts of hate? Asking because I need to know how to do it myself. My answer is simple. You don't ignore any of it. What I do is I read it at face value, let it settle, then I think about it more, and then I think about who the guy that said it to me is, and if I should care about it because of who he is. The conclusion I most often arrive at is no, and then I move on from that. I think trying to ignore all of it is a bad idea, because it'll eventually come around and blow up when you're least expecting it. I hope that's some good advice for you, man. Do you regularly play any other games aside from Minecraft? Funny enough, I really don't right now. I used to play a lot of Overwatch, but I haven't touched the game for a long while. I'll play some Among Us as well if some friends of mine ask, but I'm not launching it on the daily like I usually am with this. Why do you have this burning hatred for Dream? Like, genuinely curious. Please give in-depth response. I think you're referring to my post where I called him a manipulative, creepy sociopath. I think the manipulative and creepy part should be easy to understand, how he tweets, his wording in his videos, especially the cheat defense videos. A creator I watch a lot is YMS, and on a stream of his, he actually discussed Dream and the whole scandal, and he also sees Dream as a sociopath. I'd recommend watching that if you want more info on my thoughts, cause mine and his are pretty much the same. I'll link it in the description if you're interested. Congrats, Skier, you got yourself in the video. Was it worth it? Did you gain any incredible benefit from doing so? I mean, man, you could have at least said B for blue. Oh, why, oh, why? Oh, and he copied my thread. Oh, this is just pitiful. Why are you so cringe on the pit forums? You're cringe. Just kidding, you're probably a pretty alright person in real life. How did you become so powerful? Your answer is right behind me. Do you like Lord of the Rings? I mean, I don't hate it. Are you adopted? Fortunately, I was not. Considering the events in Hypixel's past, which updates do you think brought the A, most of the server, B, had the largest influence that made the server what it is today, and C, made the server worse than it had been previously? Alright, for part A and B, the introduction of Skyblock is clearly what brought the most to the server, as well as the largest influence for what it is today. I think that part should be pretty obvious why. For part C, my answer is the compass changes. Not only were the changes to the compass as a whole just poorly planned and executed, but it was extremely distasteful of the team to try to sneak these changes past the community without them realizing. Instead of just telling the community straight up what they were gonna do before it happened, they just did it. They just went ahead and quietly said that they were gonna remove a game right at the very bottom of the thread where no one would see it. And this game had a low player count literally due to their own compass change. Suffice to say, that made a lot of the community, including me, furious. And I think for a while that change made the forums and the server more on edge with the team, and it took a long while for it to really simmer down. That was an extremely big blunder, so I think that's what made the server worse than previously. Why are you banned from Hypixel staff? Want to know the whole story? Check out this video I made, link in the description. This actually leads right into the next question as well. Would you reapply for helper if they unblacklisted you? I would have to think about it a whole lot. It would mostly depend on my real life. It would depend on how the team would be at that point. A whole lot of factors would go into it, but if you want a real answer right now, I'd probably lean 55% yes to 45% no. Do you like K-pop? I like music if it's good. I'm not gonna like a certain song solely because of the genre. All I want in music is for it to be good. What kind of bear is best? This blue one. Why are you cool? No man, why are you cool? Do you think the next Skyblock update will be foraging, fishing, or alchemy? I'd rather the Skyblock team focus on bugs first before they introduce new content. My preferred next Skyblock update is one full of bug fixes, and that being it. Fix what's broken before trying to add new things that only add to that list of broken things. What are some hobbies you have other than forums in Hypixel? Well, before I was stuck at my home, I loved going to the theater to watch movies a lot. Fortunately, that's coming back pretty soon though, so I'll be able to continue doing that as is. Do you play any other servers? Not for the most part. I mean, I have my own servers if I want to do maps and such, but not any commercially successful servers. What do you think about snakes shaving their head? Tell me, man. You like creepers? They're alright. Reddit? I tried the Skyblock Reddit once, but I haven't been back since. Do you ever plan on beating Simon and Forum Followers? Something really big has to happen if I ever want that to be the case. At this point, I don't even know if I'll beat Techno and Forum Followers. I'm very absolutely content with 3rd place. Have you ever seen a Godzilla movie? If so, which one? I have not, but I'll probably see the new one because my manager will want me to. Also, who's your top 5 favorite MCYT? Let's see, I'm gonna do this from memory. Tapel, Ali MCC, Seth Bling. There are multiple channels, but like the whole Hermitcraft thing I like, and pick whoever you want me to like as number 5. What is your opinion on pineapple on pizza? If done right, it can be good. I've tried it in Hawaii, and there it's fantastic. Would you consider yourself an extrovert, introvert, or an ambivert? Probably ambivert, because usually I keep to myself a lot at home, but if I'm at work or if I'm talking to people, I'll talk a lot. People who've met me in real life can attend to that. I do like to try and make conversation quite a bit in real life. Cake or ice cream? Usually I'll go chocolate ice cream. What is something you've never told anyone? The color of my cleaner cloth for my glasses is black. Do you take pride in being known as the Blue Freak? And why did you become said Blue Freak? I'm very happy with where I've managed to make it today. The whole idea for the Blue Freak didn't really come into play until years after I bought the game. At first I was just a Steve, then I was an old man skin, then I was a creeper skin. The basics for the Blue Freak I just found on Nova, which I think, besides being a skin editor, I think they also just have like skins that you can use. And I remember one time just looking and I found a naked Blue Freak skin and I just decided, hey, you know what, I'll use that. I think it was supposed to be a squid, but I just decided, hey, that looks cool, I'll use that. And then a few years later, I got the superhero outfit on it, and that's how it's been since. And with that, that is my Q&A. The reason I decided to do a Q&A in the first place was to celebrate a few things. First, I hit 3,500 forum followers. Welcome all you newcomers. Just 4.5 months ago, I hit 2,500 forum followers, and in that video, I revealed myself for the first time officially on the channel. Hey everyone, it's your favorite blue guy here. It's a bit late right now. It's about 1 in the morning as of me making this. As you guys can see, I'm currently repping the blue shirt, so obviously I'm celebrating something super duper special. Quite a lot has changed since then. I also hit 1.1 thousand subscribers. Again, welcome all you newcomers. I hope you guys enjoy your stay. I promise I won't say something about it every single 100, but I just wanted to do it this time to show that we are not slowing down anytime soon. I also wanted to take this time to announce a little something special. When I hit 4,000 forum followers, I will be doing a live stream where I will shout out every single one of them by name. I first did this when I hit 2,000, and that stream took a super long time. I don't have a date for that stream yet because I haven't hit 4,000 yet, but when I do, I will have a date ready as soon as possible. So if you want to see that stream, make sure you click the link in the description, make a Hypixel forum account if you haven't already, and hit that follow button. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.